Beautiful weather today. It's hard to believe that only 2 months ago, some of our tourist hotspots were coping with some of the worst flooding this country has seen. And then, just as homeowners and businesses started to clear up, the coronavirus lockdown began. Well, now, many in the tourism industry are wondering how they're going to stay afloat, as Yasmin Bottleby reports.
These pictures may feel like a lifetime ago, but parts of the Midlands saw devastating floods just weeks ago. The streets of Ironbridge may have emptied of water, but now they've emptied of people too. Vic Haddock owns a canoe company. The river rose so high above this wall that his holiday let was under 5 feet of water.
Nobody could see this coming. It's one of those things, and being flooded just pales into insignificance with what's happening at the moment. We've wrote the year off. Let's just forget 2020. If we get anywhere, if we do get any trade, then that will be a bonus. That's the way I'm looking at it. You know, it's tough, there's no money coming in.
When the River Severn peaked in February and threatened to breach the barriers, the White Hart pub was directly in its path. The peak of the tourist season, maybe a damp squib.
I was literally working out, well, these will be half the number of tables out here to allow for social distancing. Inside it'll be the same. So we won't have the capacity, but I also think demand is going to be dampened. We expect that. We're pretty much not expecting to make any money this year.
After the wettest February on record, April was the sunniest. A cruel irony for Ironbridge.
We have very significant peaks both in the half-term holidays in February and October, Easter, and then the summer break. We've lost 2 of those peaks already because of February half-term and Easter. We're probably going to miss out on a significant chunk of the summer. So it's very, very challenging, and yes, for our businesses, it will feel to them like they've had 3 winters in a row.
Tourist towns all over the Midlands are bracing themselves. In Matlock in Derbyshire, Freya King had just opened her toy shop when the floods hit last November.
Brilliant. Lovely.
For her, the lockdown has been even more damaging.
I'd say it's worse in the sense that it's lasted a lot longer, but again, everyone's in the same boat. The floods, 2 days it took us to get over, and we did actually receive quite a lot of support afterwards because it was obviously opening day and it brought a lot more people to Matlock.
Back in Ironbridge, the country's last soft toy factory is silent. The Second World War couldn't stop production here. Floods and the coronavirus have.
Well, despite the fact that Merrifield is based next to the River Severn, we actually have flooded very rarely during our 90-year history. So it was a tough couple of weeks getting over that, and certainly the last thing we expected was to be hit by something so unforeseen as COVID-19. My production manager and myself have sort of rather joked about the fact that we might have a plague of locusts next, God forbid.
93-year-old war veteran Albert Darlington refused to leave his home during the floods. Now he has to stay in, but is feeling philosophical.
There's always a crisis worse than the one you're in. There's always lots more people worse than you are. So don't cry about it too much, Try to bear up.
Albert's advice, grin and bear it, and wait to get back to business. Yasmin Bottleby, ITV News.
Well, the threat to the travel trade was